What do you see on my screen right now?
I see the agenda.
Okay.
And
good.
then there's the small thing on the right-hand side with the, with our boxes of us.
Okay. Just making sure the,
It looks good.
okay, great. I'm going to step away for just a moment. I will be right back. Okay, I'm going to start letting people in.
Morning, Dan.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Kevin, just a heads up, I have the YouTube live going.
Okay. I'll put myself on mute.
Oh, it's fine. I just didn't want you to maybe start talking about something that you didn't want to broadcast publicly.
Oh, no, I appreciate that.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Rebecca.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I would turn on my camera, but it's very delayed over here.
That's okay. I like just having a visual of trying to figure out what you look like. No, I'm kidding.
Blue shirt today.
Oh, nice. Today is Canada Day, so happy Canada Day, everybody.
Canada Day.
Yes.
Do you guys assume, Dan, that this will be a pretty quick
TAC?
I do. Well, I should say that's up to Rebecca, but no, I'm just kidding. Yes, I don't think we'll go past an hour, Kevin. Probably significantly before that.
Cool. Okay, so you guys are doing your call pretty soon, huh? That's cool.
Yeah. I'm actually going to stop sharing the screen so I can see participants here. Morning, Kelly.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. How are you? Hi, Julie.
Good
Morning.
Hey, Julie. Hey, Rebecca.
We'll get started in just a few minutes here. I'm going to start recording before I forget as well. We're already, YouTube's already up and going.
Dan, you'll have to record the Zoom.
Yeah, I got it going now. Thanks, Jackie. Morning, everyone. Just gonna give it a couple more minutes, allow people time to join. Still some folks coming in here. Well, I do have 9 o'clock by my watch, so why don't we kick things off? I will take roll real quick, and then I'll turn it over to our chair. So starting with my roster here, Kevin Berry,
Here.
Alex Wolfson. Looks like Alex is trying to join. He might be having some trouble. Kurt Dietrich.
Good morning, present.
Morning, Kurt.
Morning.
Kelly Mullen.
Present.
Amber Sosa.
I'm here. Good morning.
Morning. Ian Crittenden. Does not look like we have Ian this morning. Mitch Fink.
Here.
Julie Olander.
Here.
Daniel Inouye.
Here.
Chris Tully.
Present.
Elaine Weisman. Do not see Elaine. Sandy Freund. Hi, Sandy. I see you. It looks like you're muted.
Oh, hi, there we go.
It's okay.
Morning.
Lissa Butterfield.
Good morning, I'm on.
Hi, Lissa. Enos Hahn. Do not see Enos, but Jackie, can you verify? I believe we have a quorum.
Yes, we do have a quorum.
Okay. And I will go through for the record to identify all RTC staff. Myself, Dan Denges. I see Jim Gee, Mark Maloney, Nancy Muse, Rebecca Capular, and I believe in our first floor conference room, we have Jacqueline Maldonado, Shen Wong, and Brian Stewart. Did I miss anybody? Okay, and for the record, it looks like Mitch Markey with Reno Sparks Indian Colony has joined, as well as Ian Crittenden from City of Sparks.
Morning, everybody.
Morning. So with that, I will turn it over to Kelly Mullen to start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Starting off with item 1, approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion for approval?
Chris Tully, TMRPA, so moved.
Thank you, Chris. Do we have a second?
Amber Sosa, City of Sparks, second.
Thank you, Amber. We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Moving on to item number 2, public comment. Dan, do we have any public comments this morning?
No public comment. However, I do want to note that looks like Enos Han just joined for the record.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 3, approval of the June 3rd, 2021 meeting minutes. Are there any changes before we go for a motion? All right, looks like no changes recommended at this time. Do we have a motion for approval?
Julie Olander, I move to approve.
Thank you, Julie. Do we have a second?
Chris Solitude, RPA, second.
Chris, thank you. We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, motion passes unanimously. On to item number 4, election of officers for fiscal year 2022.
Thank you, Kelly. Dan Denges for the record. So every year we do, on a rotating basis, have elections of officers, and we rotate between the 3 jurisdictions. So next up will be Washoe County. And I've already spoke with Julie, and it sounds like she will be taking over as chair. And then we will have a representative from the city of Sparks as vice chair. And I believe Amber Sosa has volunteered to do that. So thank you both. And looking just for a full formal motion, and we could, Kelly, you can then pass the virtual gavel over to Julie to close out the meeting today.
Awesome. Well, I will move to move Julie along as chair and Amber as vice chair. Do we have a second?
Chris Solitude, Team RPA, second.
Thank you. We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Julie, it's all yours.
I don't know what to do now. So I guess we're moving on to item 5, provide feedback and acknowledgement of receipt of a report on the proposed August and September RTC ride service changes. Do we have a presentation?
We do. Thank you, Julie. That was perfect. And I will turn over to my colleague, Jim Gee.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Julie. Good morning, everybody. Let me share my screen. I have a very short PowerPoint that outlines the changes. Hopefully, Dan, give me a thumbs up if you can see it. Excellent. So we have some small changes that we're planning for this coming fall. And the primary change impacts our Virginia line. The Virginia line is our highest ridership route. Basically, about 1 out of every 7 passenger trips are on the Virginia line. And this is the line that earlier this year we extended from downtown Reno up to the UNR campus area, which opened in March. As it is, the route travels between UNR, downtown Reno, Midtown, and Meadowwood Mall, and is basically the spine of our transit service. With the upcoming school year, we've decided to add some trips to the service to hopefully attract some of the users of UNR, the faculty, staff, and especially the students. And so starting on Sunday, August 1st, we do plan to add service to this route to not only serve the campus, but also help serve some of the special events that are also in the downtown area, such as Hot August Nights. On weekdays, the route currently ends at 9:30 p.m. And what we're proposing is to add service from 9:30 p.m. Up until 1:30 a.m. because college students tend to stay up later than folks my age. I would note that the Virginia line does have some duplicate service with Route 1 and other routes which run in the same corridor with later service. But this route is a high frequency route with new stations and is really our primary and most attractive service in that corridor. On Saturdays, the route currently stops at 8:30 p.m. and we're proposing to add half-hour service from 8:30 to 9. I'm sorry, from 8:30 to 10, and then hourly service again till 1:30 a.m. And then on Sundays, it stops currently at 8:30 and we're adding service eventually up till 11:30 p.m. The only other change that we're proposing this fall is basically to redistribute our bus bay areas and where we stage our buses, because we've just recently added some new electric bus charging infrastructure at Centennial Plaza, which is our station in Sparks. Adding that charging capacity, which is 2 plug-in and 1 overhead chargers, gives us a lot more flexibilities in how we distribute our electric buses. For the passengers, it will not mean any changes in time, but it will impact what bays the buses arrive at when they arrive at our transit stations. That's because the bays are essentially hardwired in with electric charging infrastructure. It will internally make our operations quite a bit more efficient, gives us a way to spread those electric buses around quite a bit. And those changes are planning to start on September 11th. And with that, very short presentation, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about our service changes.
Anybody have any questions for Jim? Looks like you covered everything for us. Thank you.
Very straightforward. Thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve the item?
Billy, this is Kelly. Move to approve.
Thank you. Do we have a
I
second?
should say move to acknowledge receipt.
Thank you. Acknowledge receipt. I have to learn all the wording. Sorry. Do I have a second?
Chris Tall, ATM second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. All right. Moving on to item 6. Acknowledge receipt of the report on RTC Transportation Alternatives Set-Asides program called and call for projects. Do we have a presentation?
Good morning, Rebecca Capular here.
you.
Last month, I brought the guidance and application to the committees, and then it went to our RTC board for approval. After we met with the TAC, there was a suggestion to increase the points in the section 1, which was the project benefits and safety enhancement. So we did take the advice of the TAC and we did increase the points. That was what our board approved. So based on that, and when we met with the local jurisdictions, we did ask about what is a good time frame for when we do a call for projects. Based on the input we heard was to get a project identified, put the information together, and a lot of times they take it to their city councils or commission and then get a prioritization of what projects to submit and then get that back to us. It's a longer process than we've given time in the past. Therefore, we do have a call for projects that's starting today, and it will be a 3-month period to get the projects into us. So it closes at 4 p.m. on Friday, October 1st. So from July 1 to October, you can go ahead and submit your TA set-aside applications to us for 2 different federal fiscal years. We've got funding for federal fiscal year 21 and 22. Roughly the dollar amount we're anticipating is $805,000. And I'll be available offline if anybody has questions along the way or needs help with their application. And I'm sure you're familiar with the TA set-aside program. Basically, local road safety improvements are eligible for TA set-aside. Other eligible projects include improving non-motorized mobility, safe routes to school, scenic byways, accessibility. So there's a lot of different benefits to the TA set-aside, and we hope that you put in applications, you being the eligible entities that are under the guidelines. It's federal dollars. So with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions now, or I'll be available throughout the process and the contact for anybody that has questions along the way.
Rebecca, this is Amber Sosa from the city of Sparks. Are you going to be sending out that finalized application packet?
Yep, I have an email drafted ready to go out. It's also on our website, and it will be in one of our hot topics today. And it should have been in your packet, but I will be sending it also. Thanks, Amber, for that. And just to keep in mind, the application is now electronic. So, I mean, that's really awesome. Since it's 2021, we should have done that a while ago. But we are also asking when you submit to submit it electronically via email to me and include a detailed budget.
Great, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Rebecca, I just wanted to thank you for making that change to the point structure.
Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. And I want to thank you for bringing that up. I think it was a valuable comment, and we had no problem with implementing it. So thank you.
Anybody else have any comments, questions? All right, do I have a acknowledgement of receipt for this item?
Amber Sosa, City of Sparks, acknowledgement, so moved.
And do I have a second?
Mitch Fink, Washoe County, second.
Thank you, Mitch. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. So we're moving on to development updates. Anybody have development updates? And I apologize, Dan. Am I supposed to read through the names on this, or do I just ask?
So no, that's perfect. Typically, these are geared more toward planning departments for the jurisdictions.
Okay.
And then member items, we kind of list out the each entity for any addition.
So I can just ask in general, and if anybody has anything, they can just speak up. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's perfect.
All right. The newbie here. Anyway, anybody have any development updates?
None for Reno this month.
All right, thanks, Kelly. None for Washoe County either.
City of Sparks, I guess I'll do a development update. I haven't really done this much in the past, but I'm trying to be more vocal and active here. But
good.
So I guess in terms of a development update, a fairly big project here in Sparks is the Five Ridges project, which is at the corner of Pyramid Highway or Pyramid Way and Highland Ranch Parkway. Fairly large, 400 so acres, 1,200-ish units. We're still kind of working out the details on some of that, but they've been trying to get a conditional use permit for development on slopes, hilltops, and ridges. This has had a big impact on the Washoe County residents to the north of the project. They're actually amending their conditional use to expand kind of the area and give us some more detail on grading. That conditional use permit was denied at the City Planning Commission meeting in I think it was in May. And then City Council just heard the appeal on Monday, and City Council overturned that denial and approved the amendment to that conditional use permit. So we will see some additional tentative maps and so projects coming out of that development here in the near future.
Thank you, Ian. Anybody else? All right, then moving on to member items, City of Reno.
Good morning, Kurt Dietrich, City of Reno, City Traffic Engineer. As previously reported, we were having some issues at South Meadows and Evergreen at the traffic signal there with the school children crossing South Meadows in northbound right turning vehicles. So as of yesterday, we implemented a traffic signal modification to add a flashing right arrow, protective permissive movement for the right turns. So we're ready to go for this school year and excited for that new improvement. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. City of Reno Tahoe Airport.
Hi, this is Alyssa. Thank you so much. So yeah, I have two updates. The first is for an upcoming project. We're going to our board in July to award design to a firm to help us expand our ticketing hall. That's been a choke point for us for quite a while, and with the resumption of traffic since the pandemic restrictions started to ease, our ticketing hall is filling up on a regular basis. So we are going to be expanding that. That work is being fast tracked. And so we are hoping to get design underway next month, hire a construction manager at risk a couple months later, and then move into construction in 22 as quickly and as early in the construction season as we can, and hopefully be fully expanded in our ticketing hall by the end of 22, early into 23. Additionally, not a development, but a travel related tip. If you haven't seen in the news or our press releases, the resumption of travel has been significant, especially in the early morning hours at the Reno Tahoe International Airport. So we're encouraging all travelers to get there 2 hours early. That's very unusual for this community. That hasn't been a need for quite a while. But if you're hoping to leave on a flight before 9 o'clock in the morning, we absolutely recommend people get there 2 hours early. We're also encouraging locals to get a ride to the airport and not park, because our parking has also been at capacity on the weekends. Even though we're not having a vacation weekends, July 4th is going to be especially difficult. And one of the capacity issues is in terms of parking is because the TNC market, Uber and Lyft, is not back. The drivers that were driving pre-pandemic are not driving now. So if long-term travelers are filling up our parking lot, it's a good problem to have. And we're going to be addressing it in the coming year or so. But it's going to be the given conditions at the airport probably through the rest of summer and into the school year. So thank you.
Thank you. City of Sparks.
I don't have anything for this update. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. FHWA.
No updates at the moment. Thanks.
All right. Washoe County.
Mitch and Washoe County, nothing to report on right now. Thank you. Thanks,
Mitch. Air quality.
Good morning, Daniel Inoue with Washoe County Air Quality. Wanted to update the group that our annual air quality trends report is completed and published. It is on our website at ourcleanair.com. It's on the trending topics page and also our reports page. It gives a summary of the previous year's air quality and also a 10-year trend. Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel. NDOT? Anybody?
This is Alex, and we'll see if Kevin has anything. Not too much to add from my end. One item that I have, and hopefully I'm not taking the momentum from the school district, but starting next week, capacity improvements at the intersection of McCarran and Sullivan will begin. Those are being installed under permit as part of the project for the new Hug High School. And then also kind of some other development related projects, Pyramid Highway, intersection of Dolores and Stonebrook. I'm not sure, or future Stonebrook. I'm not sure where it's at with the other agencies, but NDOT's completed its review on a new traffic signal at that intersection. That's all I have. Kevin might have some other stuff.
The only thing that I have on the planning side is that we're moving along with the Mount Rose corridor study, and we're looking to have actually an in-person hybrid with virtual meeting, public meeting, the second week of August. So look forward to that. And we'll make sure that RTC Washoe has that information so that they can help us move that word out that we're going to have that meeting and where it's going to be. More to come on that though.
Kevin, this is Rebecca. I just want to add that as part of our data collection program, we did counts in May. I haven't gotten them yet, but we added a count on Mount Rose by Wedge Parkway to look at pedestrian, bicycle, and any potential wheelchair activity. So we'll share that with you once we get it, hoping that will help you a little bit. I've been in touch with Jay Pullen also.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, moving on to TRPA.
Chris Tolley, TMRPA, just a couple items. The first is normally scheduled July RPC meeting, which would be the 22nd, is moving to August 2nd. So that's just a heads up. And then at that At that meeting, the Truckee Meadows annual report, or the annual report in general as it used to be known, will be released to the Regional Planning Commission, and then that will go forth to the Regional Planning Governing Board, I believe, on the 12th. So I'll have some more to share about that at what I assume is our meeting on the 5th of August. That concludes what I have to say. Thanks.
Thanks, Chris. School district.
Hi, Julie, everybody.
Hi, Sandy.
Yeah, to tag on the CTE, the Old Hug High School, just went through a site plan review with the city of Reno. So that's moving along. Just a major renovation at that site. And what else? We're going to have a ribbon cutting event for the Inskeep, the new Inskeep Elementary School in August. And that's about it. Just a lot going on. Good to see everybody.
All right. Thanks, Sandy.
Thanks.
The Reno Sparks Indian Colony. Is anybody here from that?
Yep, Mitch Markey, Reno Sparks Indian Colony. We have no updates for you right now. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Mitch. All right, then moving on to item 9, agenda for future TAC meetings. You have any suggestions? All right, hearing none, I will move on to item 10, RTC items, staff items.
Thank you, Julie. Dan, just for the record, I don't have any updates. We'll turn over to anyone else at RTC.
None, all right.
Sounds like we're good.
So moving on, do we have any public comment?
We did not receive any additional public comment.
All right, can we move to adjourn? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Chris Light from RPA, so moved.
Thank you, Chris. A second. Oh,
Amber Sosa, City of Sparks, second.
thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you all. Thank you for letting me chair here, and I will try to get a little bit more in tune with all the right words. You all have a
Nicely
good
done.
morning.
You did great. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, everyone. Have a
Thank
happy
you.
and safe holiday.
Yes, that too. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you all.